Today, I want to talk about junk journaling, what it is, and how you can use it. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite projects to create, and that would be a junk journal. I've gotten a ton of questions in the past about how do you put together a junk journal, what actually is a junk journal, and what do you do with a junk journal. So we're going to cover all of that in this video. Plus, I'm going to share with you something exciting that is coming up in the month of November. So if you want to hear a little bit more about junk journaling, stay tuned. All right, so let's start out with the basics. What is a junk journal? A junk journal is a journal of some sort. There's no rule. It doesn't have to be a book like this. It can be disc bound like this. You could have a traveler's notebook like this one. There's all kinds of things. This one is a bound book that one of my friends created for me that is a junk journal style. There's no rules in how it's bound together, but it is a style of creating a journal that's really a lot about collage, a lot about using found elements or things that you have in your stash already. It's about kind of combining different pieces, different ephemera, a lot of different things into kind of one cohesive book. And here's some examples of some junk journal entries, some junk journal things that I have done in the past. Junk journaling is so freeing. It is one of my favorite things to do because I feel like there are no rules. You are just creating pages that speak to you. You can see I'm decorating with some interactive elements like this that have pockets and fun pages mixed in. They have tickets. It's just all kinds of fun things, and they're things that speak to me. I love creating in books like this. Look at this interactive element. We did this last year in Patreon. I love, love, love it. It's fun to use an actual book like this because you can it already has the background for you. You know what I mean? So I just added elements, and it was a lot about just adhering things down to the page, investing in that tape roller, and then making it work. Look with the wrong PET tape, just lots of fun elements. That's one example. Here's another book. Some people think of junk journaling as lots of vintagey colors. So this might feel a little bit more traditional junk journal to you with the old timey feel and the vintage browns and siennas and stuff like that. However, you don't have to do those type of colors. You can junk journal with any theme that you want, any color scheme that you want, whatever you want to do. This is one that I was using for a just fun group that I was a part of for a while. You can see this one is much brighter. Lots more going on, bright colors, fun interactive elements still. Look at Happy National Squirrel Appreciation Day. So cute. This was made with a lot of printables. So these were certainly not vintage. This is not a vintage feel at all. These were printables that I had from this group. Look at this cool sticker. Loving this. That was super fun. Just so many different things that you can do and try. Leftover scrapbook paper. This is a great way to use up elements that you may have sitting around your room. Perhaps you have sticker books where there's a handful of stickers left on a page. It's not enough to make a whole planner spread, but you don't want to toss those stickers because they're fun. Well, let's put them into a book that you can play with as you go. Look at this one is just catching extra pieces that I had left over from different printables. When I used a ton of the printables, but didn't want to throw away the few pieces I had left, I was able to just stick them down right in here. Paint swatches, anything goes. Sometimes I had some mixed media elements. Sometimes I didn't. Clear sticker paper. Oh, just so fun to play with the different elements. So that's another example of what actually a junk journal is. Let me show you this one as well. This is one that a friend created for me back in 2020. And she used found papers that she printed. She aged them in her oven. She used regular old notebook paper, and she basically just bound this together. You can find all kinds of bookbinding lessons online. And this is just kind of the base. I can add to this over and over and over and over. And I love this journal, definitely one of my treasured journals. And she made it purple and glittery, which I love. So that's what a junk journal is. Basically, it is a journal that you are putting together where you're just collaging. You're gathering all the elements you can. You're putting them down on paper. You're just having fun with an easy creative outlet. But the next thing that I get asked so often is, but what do you use it for? What's the purpose of the junk journal? Here's the truth. You don't need to have a purpose for your junk journal. Sometimes it is just fun to create collage pages. Sometimes it's just fun to play with supplies, whether it's supposed to be an end product or not. It can be anything you want. What do I like to use my junk journals for? I like to use them for actual journaling, like a diary type situation where I'm writing things that are happening. I love to use them to document gratitude. I think that's a great place because really what you're doing is just looking for bits and pieces. Like I could just do a little bit of journaling here and there. Look at these like tiny little papers. These are ones that I put together last year. Just little bits and pieces here and there are fun to play with. So gratitude is something that I use junk journals for a lot. It could be a place where you collect quotes, beautiful quotes, maybe funny things your kids or your grandkids say. Keep them in a junk journal. Just write down the quote, write the date, and you're just playing with fun, creative pages, which is, it's just a great outlet. You can also use it for verse writing. You could use it for just a place to keep notes and lists. Maybe you just love the look of this creative traveler's notebook junk journal that you can put together, and you put it together and then you just keep your grocery list in it. You know, doesn't have to have some huge greater purpose. I think too often we limit ourselves thinking, oh, well, I only want to make something if there's, you know, a defined purpose behind it. Maybe just make it for the fun of making it. That's one of the joys of junk journaling. Honestly, I'm a huge proponent that one of the most important parts of your creativity is actually just the process of creating. It's not about the end product. It's about freeing yourself, having fun with the supplies, and just letting go of the need to create a final product at the end, but really just having fun in the process. And I think junk journaling is an excellent way to kind of break through that and just have fun putting together different elements. Let me show you this example. This is a junk journal that I am currently working on that I created with a art journal insert that I have over in my shop, and it's disc bound. And I love that it's disc bound because I can very easily take pages in, take pages out, add things in, which I love. I'm using this one for the month of November for a gratitude junk journal, which also happens to be the focus of Patreon for the month of November. We are going to create junk journals as part of our whole Patreon focus. There will be 8 exclusive videos available over on Patreon, all about junk journaling, all about how to create fun entries. And it's going to be a really great month. And this is just a little preview of the journal I've been working on for November. Let's talk about some of the fun things that are coming up in November over on Patreon. Like I said, it is a gratitude junk journal theme. All month long, we are going to work on gathering our supplies. We're going to create junk journals. It is a ton of fun. This is one of the most popular themes that I offer all year long. I always have people that are super excited because it's just so freeing and fun to play with junk journal supplies, no matter if you're a planner, if you're a journaler, if whatever creativity you like to use. Junk journaling is kind of like the heart of getting creative, and you will enjoy the whole process. So, like I said, there's something for everyone over on Patreon this month and some extra bonuses that I want to tell you about. So keep in mind, there is a free tier over on Patreon that does offer some extra perks. So for the free tier members, we will be having, we're going to continue with the planner printables every Thursday throughout the month of November. So that is an extra bonus that we've been doing for a while. But also I'm going to offer some junk journal challenges to inspire your creativity throughout the month of November. So even if you're not ready to jump on to one of the paid tiers yet, head on over to Patreon and and join that free tier so that you can take advantage of those challenges and just be inspired throughout the month. Now, starting at the pink tier, that is where you're going to have access to the Create Book printables. And of course, for the month of November, the Create Book printables are themed around junk journaling. So you're going to have some awesome pages that you can print out and use in your planner, in your Create Book to put together some fun junk journal type pages. At the pink tier, you also get early access to all of my YouTube videos. You get to see them a week early, which is a lot of fun. And we get to talk in community. We get to, share ideas. It's just a fun place to be. Now, a special bonus starting at the yellow tier. I've had a lot of requests from patrons that have really enjoyed getting together on Zoom calls. And I thought junk journaling is a fun thing to do when you are also talking with friends, when your desk is covered with all of the supplies and you are just talking and conversing with friends. So during the month of November, starting at the yellow tier and up, we are going to have weekly crafty Zoom calls that are just going to be an open time to hang out, to visit, to put together pages, to share your pages, to have fun, and to connect with others in community throughout the month. It's super important to me to be a part of a creative community, even when it makes me feel anxious to be around new people. I know I'm not the only one. But I can promise you that the ladies that are over in that Patreon group that come to the Zooms always have a great time. It is so much fun. So special crafty Zoom calls happening throughout the month of November, starting at the yellow tier. Once you move up to the green tier, we also are going to have our regular Scrappy Zooms. Those are going to be our evening Zooms. We have 2 of those a month and 2 live streams a month. That ends up being a smaller group. You're able to connect a little bit more. It's a really fun tier to be at. Plus, you get extra bonus printables. Of course, they'll have to do with junk journaling in November. So you'll have a lot of elements that you'll be able to mix and match in your projects. The blue and purple tier are the Happy Mail tiers. So at blue, you start receiving Happy Mail packages directly from me. They have your Create Book. They have 4 exclusive sticker sheets every single month. And then they have a bonus goodie that is a surprise each month for that tier. We've done Glowforge charms. We've done planner covers. We've done all kinds of fun stuff throughout the year. I like to keep that as a little bit of a surprise for those patrons, but that starts at the blue tier. And then of course the purple tier is where custom planner spreads start being requested and included in the Happy Mail. All right, so I'm really excited. I love junk journaling. I've already loved creating content for November, and I'm excited to dig into some junk journals even more. If you'd like to join us over on Patreon, you can join us at any time. Head on over to patreon.com/ScrappyWife. You'll see a rundown of all of the different membership options. So be sure to check that out. We would love to have you join us over there. It's an amazing community, like I said, and we'd love to connect with you. Now, let me know down below, what questions do you have about junk journaling? What is your experience with junk journaling? I want to have that conversation with you. So leave me a comment down below. Otherwise, I hope that you have an absolutely fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.